Hi, I'm Joe White.
I'm Katie Shander Reynolds.
And welcome to another episode of Behind the Curtain, Ashland Community Theater. And today we have as a guest today the writer and some of the actors from My Daughter, Myself, a scene we did last spring in the play Parents' Day.
So we'll have Julie Nardone with us, who wrote the wonderful scene that you will see. We have Conor Plunket here today, and we have Mattie, Schadt, and we have Haroon, Wahid.
Yes.
We're missing one actress,
Yeah.
who sadly couldn't be with us because she had other commitments to her job, which actually pays her.
Yes.
And that's important.
But she said to say hi.
Yes.
Tulig.
Yes.
So let's keep everybody up to date about what we're doing.
Oh, let's
do that.
Let's.
So we've been filming the mini-series under our new production company called All Flowers Production that we started this year. Katie and I started that, and now we're filming Therapy Sessions, the mini-series, and we are 2 shows deep into the show of a 5 or 6 part.
pretty much. 2
depending on how much
shows
we
pretty
film.
much done.
And we plan to be done when?
Sometime this year.
Oh, come on. What's
April
9th-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be principal filming will be done by April 9th.
Early April.
Yeah, and we're going to have a huge cast party to celebrate.
Gotta have the party.
Got to have the party. It's all about the
Can't
party.
do all that work without the party.
Yes, exactly. So that's going well. I've been enjoying every moment of it. It's been so much fun.
It is.
We've been avoiding, knock wood, the snowstorms.
Or they've been avoiding us. I'm not sure which that is, but it's okay. Either way, it works.
Some combination thereof. But yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm really looking forward to the next episode. We're filming another one this weekend.
We are.
This
going and going.
One of your faves, which is what?
This weekend we're filming the episode with the scene with the teenagers and the texting group.
LOL dude.
LOL.
LOL dude.
LOL is this week. Dude is next week.
But it's the whole show is LOL dude.
And the whole show is LOL dude.
From beginning to end. From beginning to end.
Yeah.
Wow, can you believe it's already early February, and when this airs probably around October of 2016? Can you believe
This
that?
will all be over.
It'll all be over.
All be
It'll
over
be done.
by
We'll be
then,
done.
yeah.
Summer's
Crazy.
gone, back to
Crazy.
school, everything. Kids will be in college. It'll be amazing. So, what are we doing in the spring, Katie?
Well, other than finishing our miniseries.
Yes,
you mean?
correct.
So, as All Flowers is busy working on our miniseries, ACT will be setting up for a spring play. We are in the process right now of selecting a play to be named later, and we will hopefully be having our casting call in March.
Yep.
And then we will begin rehearsals, and play goes up mid-May, May 19th.
It's May 18th, 19th,
18th.
20th, 21st, somewhere around that time frame. We're locking down those dates now. But we'll still produce it and get the show on the road. This year we're doing a little bit something different. Instead of doing short vignettes, we're going to give it a try at a known play.
Yes, something written by a professional.
Well, I think what people have
Other
been
than
writing,
ourselves.
other than
ourselves.
I think we've been writing pretty good. So some of the stuff that I've seen, I really wasn't that a big fan of. But anyway, so we're still looking into what we want to do, and hopefully very soon we'll do that. But I think the combination of us being out of pocket doing the miniseries and all the work that we're doing there. If we all wanted to stay married to our respective spouses, we would need to
and employed
back
at
off.
our actual paying jobs.
True.
It's a lot going on.
True. A lot of
You can only
stuff.
do so much.
But we will be back in the fall, and we do have some
Yes.
ideas we're going to keep back a little bit, but talk to you about more in the future about what we're doing in the November time frame for our fall show. So we will be doing 2 shows again this year, one in the spring, one in the fall, and we're excited about that. We're looking for new actors and actresses and new talent, people to help behind the stage. So keep going to the ashlandcommunitytheater.com website and keep looking for information out there. And we'll have all the information on the open calls and things like that.
Indeed.
So what we want to do now is just sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're going to show the episode My Daughter, Myself that was aired in the spring of 2015. It was almost a year
It was
ago.
already aired?
Yeah. What was aired? What are you talking about?
You mean the scene that was on the stage?
Yeah,
Spring of
but it was
2015.
already aired on TV when we showed the entire show at one point.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
See, it was already aired.
Wait,
That's all I was
you're
asking.
right
You could have
again.
said a
For
simple
crying
yes,
out loud.
Kate.
Just tell me one. Just can I get one word in before you start in correcting
No.
me? And I was almost
No,
right then
not
too.
usually.
All right, so let me
Enjoy
go
the
back.
show.
I'll go back.
We'll bicker behind the
figure it out.
scenes.
Just
We'll be
go
all
enjoy
done.
this thing. It's a great show. And when you come back, all the cast will be here except for one because Bree doesn't like us anymore.
Well, Daniel, I've heard so much about you. I can see that it's all true.
Nice to meet you, Mrs. Monroe.
Oh, do call me Delilah. So what's a handsome young man such as yourself do for a living?
Oh, he runs a non-profit, the Brocken Children's Center, which funds art and poetry classes for the underprivileged children in the city.
How admirable. I just loved my poetry classes when I was in college. Do not go gentle into that dark night. Old age should burn and reign with close of day. Rage, rage against the light of the night. Sorry, honey, I got a little carried away.
That's one of Dylan Thomas's best poems.
Oh, yes, he spoke from the heart, didn't he? Yeah, but why don't you go get some appetizers? Well, Daniel and I get to know each other. So, Daniel, let's have a seat. So, Daniel, what do you think of my Heather?
She's an angel on earth. From the first time I laid eyes on her, it was a Saturday when she and her friend walked in the center and volunteered to help kids make macrame ankle bracelets.
Well, she is my daughter. I'm sure you can see that the apple didn't fall far from the tree. I presume she told you I was a beauty queen?
No, Heather never mentioned it.
Hell, I was Miss Kentucky Derby in 1977. I got my picture taken right here with Seattle Slough. You know, I could walk into any Louisville croquet party and the men would just fight to buy me a mint julep.
Heather certainly has that quality as well.
Well, to a degree, but let's face it, she's not as, well, she doesn't have any of my attributes.
Is Heather coming back soon?
Oh, she'll be back. God, you should have seen me in college. Talk about a tall drink of water. I had long, long silk hair, a tucked behind, image waist, and legs to die for.
Heather!
Oh, don't worry, she'll be back. Listen, I'm going to ask you something.
What?
Well, am I attractive? You know, sometimes I pass myself in the mirror. I don't even recognize myself. My face looks like it's elasticized. It's downright scary. See?
Yeah, I mean, no, that's upsetting. What could Heather be doing?
Oh, she's probably texting some old boyfriend. You know, Monroe. Men find Monroe irresistible. You know what? You're the third boyfriend this year. Don't worry though. I like you.
Heather!
Oh, I'm so sorry for taking so long. I wanted to get the extra special olives for the appetizers. Did you two get to know each other better?
Yeah, you could say that.
Well, Heather, Danny was telling me how you two met. A darling story.
Oh yes, the Brocken Children's Center does such important work. These kids have next to nothing, and the art and poetry classes make their lives as normal as possible.
I couldn't have said that any better myself. You know what? I just realized I gotta pick up a delivery by 6:30. We got a donation from Pottery America, and I should leave soon, like really soon.
Oh, not yet, Daniel. You still need to meet my dad. Mom? Mother? Mom? Can you please go get Daddy?
Oh, Daddy?
Yes.
Well, I guess so. I guess I will.
Yes.
I'll be right back. Daddy, don't go now. Yeah. Daddy?
Do you want one? Are you okay?
I don't know how to say this to you, but your mom
What?
seems to be hitting on me.
Oh, come have a seat. Let's have a chat. My mom does this to every guy I bring home. I'm sorry, but she's so competitive when men are around. I'm sorry, I should have warned you.
Have you talked to her about this?
I tried to, but she denies that it ever happened. I know, maybe you could wear
rascal trying to steal my little girl away.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Monroe. Looks like you're involved in a pretty big project.
That's right. I'm designing electronic wings to help people fly. I reckon someday it'll save the ozone layer by limiting the need for automobiles.
Yeah, sounds intriguing.
Daddy, tell them how long you've been working on it.
Well, I'd say that's about 15 years now. I still need to get rid of some of the glitches, like how to get that initial lift off. I see you just met my lovely Southern Belle. Do you know that woman? She still hasn't forgiven me for moving the family from Louisville back up to Boston. And that was when Heather was nearly 2 years old.
Oh, I just realized I forgot the napkins. I'll be right back.
That'd be great. Maybe a little burger for your daddy, 2 fingers.
All right, Dad.
Let's have a seat, son. You seem a bit nervous, son. You nervous?
No.
You seem nervous. You should try some decaf. I got something important to ask you. Did my wife make a pass at you?
As a matter of fact, she did.
Ah, boil my ass in molasses. At least that woman is consistent. My apologies, son. She is a man-eater.
I hope you're not mad, sir.
No. These days, I just let it roll right off my back. Why, years ago, I gave up trying to satisfy her ego. Do you know that every morning, I roll over and I give her a great big kiss. And I look at her and I say, "Sugar, you are so beautiful." And you know what that woman says to me? She says to me, "You're a big fat liar." Then I take refuge in my man cave.
Man cave?
That's right, my man cave. Why, down there, I've got everything I want and everything I need. Besides my gun collection.
Guns!
Bang, bang. I've got a woodworking area, electronic assemblies, tools galore. In fact, I've got a mini fridge stocked with wild turkey. Ooh, baby. Gobble, gobble. Besides that, on the wall, I've got a poster of Miss Dolly Parton. She signed it herself.
Who?
Oh, she is some fine kind of woman, I'm saying. And in the corner, I've got my exercise bike, which is really more like a coat rack most of the time. But to cap it off, I've got a 55-inch widescreen TV hooked right up to my laptop. I can stream anything I want and anything I need, if you know what I mean. Anytime I want. Why, I can even watch the Dukes of Hazzard and that fine-looking Daisy Duke in her short little tight suit there. Without anyone busting my chops.
Sounds like having a life down there, and, well, she's had hers up here. I don't mean to be bored, sir, but have you ever thought about plastic surgery? Sorry about that. I mean, couples therapy?
Oh, Daddy, tell them about the psychiatrist.
Oh! That head shrinker! Every time she went to see that psychiatrist alone, she hit her. Just thinking about it really cooks my goose. Did you know that finally the receptionist of the psychiatrist, who was also the psychiatrist's wife, just plumb stopped scheduling our appointments altogether?
How long has she been this overly flirtatious?
Well, I'd say that was since Heather's debutante ball.
Debutante ball in Brockton?
Oh, no. Delilah, she wouldn't have none of that. She insisted we bring the whole family back down to Louisville to have a sweet 16 down south.
But it wasn't what she expected.
No, it wasn't. Prior to that, men were drawn to her like bees to honey. Why, you'd be intoxicated just being in her presence. And then all that attention just plumb dried up.
Heather, doesn't this bother you?
Oh, no, not anymore.
Do you know, Heather and Delilah, they have a strong bond. My little girl here, She knows her mama has a vanity problem, and she just tries not to compete. Ain't that right?
It just makes life easier.
You know, I remember, I think it was 2 years ago, we were coming back from that Keith Urban concert.
Dad, Keith Urban.
Right, that's what I said. Keith Urban concert. And we were going by a construction site, and the men, they were a hooting and a hollering at you, but not at your mama.
She ran home crying and covered up all the mirrors in the house.
Including the stainless steel toaster. And then she cried for 2 days straight.
That sounds devastating. Has she ever thought about surgery?
Oh, that ain't for Delilah. You know, one time, she got a shot of Botox right here in her forehead, but it went awry. Why, she couldn't blink for 2 months straight. She kept muttering to herself, I look like a Cupid doll.
How y'all doing out there? I'll be right back. I'm just freshening up.
That there be my cue to skedaddle out of here. But son, I need you to know, my wife, she means you no harm. And I truly do hope we get to see you again. But for now, I gotta get back to the man cave. Gotta finish coating the wings with varnish. And I'll see you later.
Okay. Oh, Mom, Daniel has to leave soon.
It was certainly a pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Monroe.
Oh, I told you to call me Delilah.
Well, sure. Certainly a pleasure to meet you, Delilah.
Yeah. No. You come back now, you hear?
Will do. Say, would you like to volunteer at BCC sometime? I could use you to call local corporations for donations. You got a great voice after all.
Me? Why, I'm flattered you think I could be of some help. I used to go around calling all the corporations when I was Miss Kentucky Derby 1977. I used to go around shaking hands at all the racetracks. What? Oh, I could be a kind of a BCC ambassador. Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you, my friend.
It's done. I'll call you Monday and firm things up.
Oh, Daniel, that was so sweet of you to offer my mom a job.
I wanted to. Your mom seems lost. I thought I could help her out. I'll see you later, okay?
Goodbye.
Bye.
Heather, what a charming and caring young man. Gosh, so much better than that ambulance chasing attorney or that hedge fund Ponzi schemer.
He's just trying to do something good in the world. Like Daddy. We have real conversations about poverty and art and just life itself.
You know, I think I might have gotten a little carried away with your sweet bow. I hope it didn't ruin anything for you.
Oh, no worries, Mom. You know I love you.
Well, that's the problem. I know you love me, but I'm not so sure I love me. I'm sure not liking this older version of myself.
Oh, Mom, you still look like a beauty queen to me.
Oh, if only that were true. It's painful to watch this once pretty face of mine disintegrate. The skin on my body has transformed into crepe paper. It hangs over me like tinsel on a Christmas tree. My beauty was my passport to the world, and I don't know if I could survive without it.
Is that why you hit on my boyfriends?
You've noticed?
They tell me.
Oh, darling, I'm so sorry. I guess I'm just trying to get them to look at me, to want me like they want you. I just keep trying to regain that radiance that was once so bright. But I can't. Keep slipping through these darling fingers.
Mom, I just wish that you could see that the line from your face or the pathway to your life. Just the twists, the turns, the bad times to the good times. A gift to help you remember the journey you embarked on.
Oh, Heather, that's lovely. Oh, you put me to shame. I don't deserve you as my daughter.
Oh, Mom. I'm not as perfect as you think.
One day I'm the prettiest girl in the room. And the next, I'm the mother of the prettiest girl. It's a hard torch to pass.
Mom, I think you can do it. Maybe you should start just looking at a different kind of mirror. Just one that will reflect your inner light and spirit.
I know you're right. I guess we each have our day in the youthful sun, and then we must step aside. And as William Wordsworth says, we must grieve not, but rather find strength in what remains behind.
So welcome back from watching the show My Daughter, Myself. We are here with part of the cast and the creative writer genius behind it, Julie Nardone. Thank you very much for being here today and also writing that wonderful scene that we just saw today. Conor Plunket played Mr. Monroe. Mattie Schadt played Delilah. And my wonderful co-host, Katie Shander Reynolds. And Haroon Wahid, who played Daniel. Excellent. Thank you guys for being here. Bree Tulig, who played Heather, could not be here today. She's actually working. So what I'm going to do is take a camera and go to Dunkin' Donuts and film an episode there for her at a later time. So, thank you guys for being here.
Great to be here. Glad to remember that. Nice play. That's fun.
So my first question is, and I wanted to ask Julie this, what made you think of this concept and this idea about the characters?
Well, actually it was two events, probably 20 years apart. The first one was during the filming of The Thornbirds, which I still think is the best miniseries I've ever seen on TV. And it was a scene with Barbara Stanwyck as she was talking to Father Ralph de Bricassar, who she was really in love with, but she was in her 70s. He was probably 40, maybe. And then Rachel Ward was his love interest, and she was probably 17, and he was a priest, by the way. So it was about forbidden love. And they had a scene where she just confronted him because he didn't like her. He wasn't responsive to her advances. And she said, and I'll never forget this, inside this stupid body, I am still young, I still feel, I still want, I still dream, and I still love you. And that was a turning point for me, because before that I thought people got old on the inside and the outside, and they didn't care, that desire just flew out the window. Okay, so I had that in my mind, and it totally changed me. And then maybe 20 years after that, I was working out at Gold's Gym, and was on a machine, and this young strapping guy came up to me, and he said, "Are you done with the machine, ma'am?" And I was like, oh my God, no one had ever called me a ma'am before. And I was like my face, right? I think I just went completely blank or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, I'm a ma'am. And then I realized that I was turning into Barbara Stanwyck. And so I was I wrote an essay like the next day called The Day I Became a Ma'am. Mm-hmm. I had it published in a woman's magazine, and then they also used it for their best of edition. And so then when you came up with that concept, I kind of took the essay and just changed it and turned it into something bigger. So that was the genesis of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's very interesting.
It would have been, as actors, would you have wanted to have known that going into the scene? Where this came from, or just looked
That
at the
I had
script?
to channel Barbara Stanwyck?
Yes. or Richard Chamberlain, or Richard. You were the priest.
Rachel Ward. It was Rachel Ward.
Rachel Ward.
That might add a little pressure to us, I think,
Still too much. That was good.
That was interesting, yeah. Good history.
I was trying to picture, did Julie have one of those moms that was always trying to, get her boyfriend's interest,
No. And some of it's biographical too, because, as women we age, and it can be difficult.
What do you mean?
It can be difficult. Yeah.
Yes, it can.
When that
It
happened.
is interesting.
Yeah. So, anyways, it's a good topic. Something.
Was one of the characters you?
Well,
your
I was
disguise?
kind of
Delilah.
Delilah at one point, and Heather at another point. Me at different points in my life together. Yeah.
I thought you said you were all the characters at one time.
Well, I think
You
everyone's
channeled
kind
them
of all the characters.
Daniel also at one point.
I don't know.
Was Daniel the strappy man who called you ma'am? that what it was? Was that the one? Was he the one on the
Yeah.
on the treadmill? Man.
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah. So anyway,
Excellent. So you guys played it on the stage, not knowing any of that background. Not knowing any of that background.
Had we known, we might not have.
So the theme of the show we did that year was called Parents' Day.
Right.
And it was about the parents' interactions with your children and vice versa. Playing the parents together, we'll get to you, Daniel, this is strapping young man in a minute. Playing the parents, how was it playing the role of Delilah and Mr. Monroe, which we've never gave you a first name? If we did, it would be Richard Chamberlain. No.
I have to admit, my wife here,
Yes.
of many scenes, we've been husband and wife.
Yes.
And in most of them, we never talk to each other.
She's asked me to do that, and it's worked out well for her.
It's an amazing dynamic that the Ashland Community Theater has developed between us. So
Yes.
that way we can be on stage at the same time but have no lines to each other.
Right.
Right?
Sometimes couples work best when they don't speak to each other.
It is. It's been really a long,
Maybe it's more physical that way.
it's been a long, fruitful relationship. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it was very fun. It was, Delilah was a great character to play, and it was fun. It is interesting as we women age. We want to age gracefully, and there's these, we want to hold on to our youth because society kind of like says youth is what's beautiful. An older woman, there's, it's difficult,
Yes.
a challenge. So Delilah was struggling, but saw the light at the end.
But I just loved watching you became Delilah. Like your whole demeanor changed when you started reading for that role. I remember that. And I remember we were like, wow. It was just so impressive. The accent. You were like, where'd this accent come from? You
Come on now, darling.
yeah, do the accent.
Oh, come on.
Can you do the whole interview like that? Just for us, just for today, just for the 11 minutes.
It was
But
so
it was
much
so
fun.
it was so impressive to see how you just like absorbed that character.
That was just so much fun.
That's great.
I don't know who wouldn't have gotten a kick out. I mean, that was my favorite of all time.
Well, what I think was great is that you had such a delicate balance between playing the comic line and then at the end you had such a serious note about you.
Yeah.
And you nailed it. You really did.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
it was really
Thank
great.
you, darling. We'll talk later about how to celebrate.
Wow. Okay.
It was really fun. Yeah, it was cute to, like mom here coming after Daniel.
So how was it to be? We talked about this when we were rehearsing at times about having a younger partner in the scene, as Bree was. She was like 8. Is she? I don't know what the gap
She's
is.
17. I was 27, so.
10 years
it's
So that's at least a 5-year difference, right?
At least, yeah.
And they didn't say math would be involved today, but so you had that gap, right? And then you have the other 10-year gap going the other way with a woman.
Thank you, darling.
That's what I'm saying. Once again, math not involved. How does it deal with that? Because you said you were struggling a little bit when you were trying to figure out. You got the 37-year-old woman with your attention and the 17-year-old woman who you're supposed to be dating.
Well, it was a lot easier. I was more relaxed with Mattie just because, it was the whole time with me just trying to just get away from Mattie. With Bree, it was, Bree's cool. She was great to work with, and totally love Bree. She's awesome. But the whole age difference, it was me being her boyfriend was difficult. I remember coming up to you and just telling you, like, I don't know if I can get into this, because I feel every time we're on stage, we're together, I feel like she's a kid. You can't get all flirty with her.
Yeah,
That's funny.
it is. I was just saying. So that was different. It didn't come across in the performance.
I know, but I think for the first month or so, whenever me and her were doing our thing, I kept thinking she's gonna think I'm a creep or something. So it really was a challenge to just get in that mindset and be all flirty and lovey-dovey and touchy with her.
But that's what acting is. We're acting parts.
But yeah, she was great to work with. So eventually, I got more relaxed as the performance dates came forward.
Do you have a question or
For Daniel?
anybody?
Well, what's great, you said you got more relaxed. Your character's so tense during the whole darn
Yeah.
scene, right? Boo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of worked. Your awkward kind of hesitation kind of fit the character even, by chance or
Yeah, I mean,
just
in general too, I too, as you probably noticed, I do get very awkward in real life, so I got to put my own personality in. I got to put a good portion of myself got to be in this character, so it made it, So even though I was being awkward and tensed up, I was also relaxed and just going with it at the same time.
So if I got this right, you were a relaxed actor playing a tense character.
Basically, yeah, I think that'd be
Wow.
the best way.
You summed it up well.
I think
Good
you nailed
casting,
it. You
I
nailed
think.
it, right?
Yeah.
So in your own life, have you ever had a girlfriend's mother come on to you?
Not yet, no.
But you're looking forward to
Is
it.
that a dream? Is that something you're looking forward to?
Depends on the moment.
Do you think you'll handle it better than Daniel did?
No. That kind of summed it up pretty well.
This won't have prepared you for that kind of a life event, huh?
At least I know what to expect.
Clues to
I don't
watch
think
for.
Daniel handled it poorly. I mean, he didn't submit to the will, right?
we all walked
He did
out
not.
happy
That's
at the
right.
end,
It all
so
ended
I
up.
mean,
Everybody was
a happy
Yeah,
camper
yeah.
at the end of it.
Yeah.
So
It
Julie,
made us all want to go see The Graduate after it, right?
Right.
this is
That was the movie.
I was just thinking of that.
So Julie, as the writer, what was one of your favorite scenes or lines in the show that you enjoyed hearing when the actors portrayed it? What was one of the? Do you remember?
It would have been something Delilah said, and I think it was the one about your face. I can't remember the exact line. Your face getting all elasticized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
It was
yeah.
crepe paper.
Yeah.
Crepe paper face.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny, but it was also
It's hard to see this pretty face of mine disintegrate.
Yeah, because that's what happens. You
My
know,
skin has turned to crepe paper. It hangs off of me like tinsel off a Christmas tree.
You got it.
She still got the lines down.
Yeah.
And that was from the spring of last year. It was almost a year.
My favorite character.
Really?
Ever.
Ever?
And I've
Well,
done a lot of things
Don't say
outside
ever.
of Ashley.
There's more to come. There's more to come.
It was fun though. It was great.
Conor, your favorite line?
Oh, it's got to be where I had lived.
Julie wants to talk to you about that.
I think one of the many times I had lived, it was probably boil my ass in molasses. Yes, that had to be my favorite line, where it just kind of came out and it just fit the moment right there, So,
Your favorite?
I really liked the scene where I said, once I was the prettiest girl in the room.
Yeah.
Pause. Walk, walk, walk. Go behind Bree. And now I'm the mother of the prettiest girl.
Yeah.
I thought just the transition,
Yeah, that was my
the
favorite.
transference was, telling.
Yeah.
I mean, they're lovely lines. In the end, the Wordsworth. What is it?
You still had trouble with that one. That was the
Anyway,
ending.
just the poignant moments, the meaning of the play, and it was really lovely. So,
I liked how the daughter was so well grounded
yeah.
because the parents were, in the moments that you saw them, they were so kind of outrageous and flaky, but you knew that the daughter got her
Yeah.
good sense of self and the world.
She was like
From
the
them,
same
right? So
person
that-
there, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She was
but
the
you know,
grounded
just like
one.
you were able to sort of intuit that the parents, when they were not, having their moments of hysteria,
Yeah.
were good parents and had,
Yeah, and-
taught her well and taught her to value herself
Right. Yeah.
and do good things. So I liked that.
Yeah. And in the end, when Daniel was flirting with other, young ladies, and and the mother was, Delilah was saying, "Why didn't you beat her up or something?"
Yeah,
Her value system,
Yeah.
Breeze,
very solid.
that was really nice.
It's great to see those scenes develop as they start and when they end up being on stage after you work on them and as the characters add something to them.
Mm-hmm.
So Haroon, favorite line or anything in there?
Probably when I think I screamed for calling out to Heather. Like
I'm coming after you.
Heather!
Heather, somebody. Oh, I just came back with the cheese.
Yeah.
The crackers.
She's just
was
oblivious
cute.
to everything that happens. Yeah.
Yeah, Bree was really great. She had
Yeah.
a perfect role for her.
Yeah.
So another question I usually ask: You've done this scene. Let's say it's 3 years from now. Where are those characters today? What are they doing differently? Are they is Daniel still with Heather? Did they break up and is he now dating Delilah? So where are they today? A few years away. So we'll go with the writer last, but I want to see what the actors want to think. So if you were to write the sequel to My Daughter, Myself, or
I would think that Mr. Monroe has actually gotten through and finished one of his inventions finally. Brought it to market. It was a huge hit.
Yeah.
You know, money is no problem for the family. Not that it really was before. And I think these two are solid.
You think?
I really do.
We're having some fun.
You know.
Okay.
You know, we
Traveling, eating good.
Yeah, well,
Talking
but
to each other.
But the key with our relationship has always been that we give ourselves space.
Yeah.
Like I have the basement,
Yeah.
and she has everything else.
She has the rest of the house.
Right? You know, she can go do whatever she wants, and I go to do whatever I want. And so I think we have a successful relationship, and I think we're just sort of growing old and gray together.
Gracefully.
Wow.
Gracefully.
Well, I think it was evident that like Mr. Monroe adored Delilah
Oh yeah.
and would do whatever he thought was in her best interest to keep her happy. Like that's what he wanted, was her to be happy. And Delilah, I don't think came across as someone who didn't care about her husband. I think she was just, you know, a woman who was looking for acknowledgement.
Yeah,
Wherever she could get it.
reaffirmation.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that I'm still pretty, that I'm still a beautiful
Well, do you think I ever realized that I would have to give her more attention in return? I mean, I was sort of lacking that department. So,
In
maybe
your
it all
own way,
came
you
together.
do. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't get the sense that Mr. Monroe ignored Delilah. I just felt that she, as she was getting older and maybe looking less youthful to our public, which, as you were saying, expects women to stay young and beautiful. Maybe she felt like she needed other people to tell her she was so beautiful. That just hearing it from her husband wasn't enough.
Yeah.
She couldn't, you know, where her husband had known her when she was young, maybe he wasn't objective enough for her, and she wanted other people to tell her that she was beautiful.
Yeah.
And I bet we moved down south.
I think so too.
These
And
winters
I
are
think,
brutal.
Yeah.
it's hard on the skin. Delilah was, you know, Miss Kentucky Derby, so all those people voted for her to be the most beautiful, you know, woman, and so that's in the past, and so all that acknowledgement and glamour and all the, you know, stuff that went on in her youth, it's like, where is it? So she's, even though, you know, she probably knows that her husband loves her, and, you know, what was the line? You know, something about, there was something that reminded me that the husband did, you know, let her know that she was pretty, that she was attractive, but, you know, she was just kind of hungry and fragile, aging, that she needed other people to tell her that too, you know.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Rather shallow, but,
Confirmation.
but I mean, it's shaky. I mean, you see 20-somethings, 16-year-olds modeling, and 20-somethings, and you know, and then you're a 40-something and a 50-something, and it's like the world is kind of, you know, it's suggesting things to people at all ages, and you know, you either accept that or you say that's not for me, and I'll be my own person. You know, it's a big statement, I think.
So as we wrap up, Julie, what do you think? Where are these characters today, 3 years from?
Well, I definitely think that Delilah became a motivational speaker to help older women feel good about themselves.
Yes,
to feel
exactly
that, you know, we talk about the beauty being on the inside, but we don't really do much about it. So you're actually going all over the world helping, you know, women get back in touch with their beauty.
I'd come home and see you once in a while. We'd go together sometimes.
Yeah, and Mr. Monroe is now working with you. He's helping you on the circuit.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Heather and Daniel?
They almost got married, but then they didn't.
I wanted a wedding.
Yeah, so they just, Heather needed to date more men.
Was it an amicable?
And she ended up with a younger guy.
Oh, she
Yeah,
did?
yeah.
She did?
Yeah, she got married at 40 to a 35-year-old.
Oh,
Is she and Daniel still friends?
Yes, they're still friends.
that's nice.
On Snapchat.
And Daniel married an older woman, too. Yeah.
Wow.
So Delilah inspired him.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys coming down and letting us relive that wonderful scene again and having you talk about it. I didn't realize that was your favorite.
My favorite.
scene.
Yeah.
Ever?
Ever.
Not just at ACT, but forever.
Yeah.
Great.
Great.
So Julie, Conor, Mattie, and Haroon, thank you so much for coming down and
You're
visiting
welcome.
us
Thank
today.
you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Julie.
So come back next month when we have another episode. Next month we're going to be talking to our friends from the cast of Therapy Sessions, the miniseries.
Them.
That'd be fun. those guys. You're talking to you. You've been talking to me.
Yeah,
you've been
we
talking
do
to
that
each
all
other.
the time.
That's
That
it.
sounds so interesting.
Thank you so much. We'll see you next month.
Okay.
Bye.
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 Bye.